Science exposed the truth in that cell. Science stressed the invisible theft inside that server room. And science was the first thing the last courtroom asked for. What comes next is the harder question.
As a judiciary, I think we have set that pace and it is playing a huge role. And normally it is not even out of testimony. It is just forensic science that really cuts it for us. We have built capacity in the judiciary, we have built capacity in the police, and we also have a very good working relationship with the Government Analytical Laboratory.
So we've invested in the scene of crime officers themselves, in training, capacity building, but also providing them with equipment. We provide them with scene of crime kits. In addition to the investment now, we're looking at the forensic laboratories and making sure that once the scene of crime officer has collected that evidence, they then have state-of-the-art equipment for them to process it, for them to analyze it, and for them to produce reports that can then be used in the justice system.
Inside the National Forensic Laboratory, analysts work across disciplines: pathology, digital evidence, ballistics, toxology. The results fit directly into prosecutions. The infrastructure exists. The question is whether the chain around it is equally strong.
Recently, in 2025, we had a spate of armed robberies. And the culmination was in December when we had one of our police officers who was gunned down by these robbers. But we had been previously cataloging these events using our integrated ballistic information system. So that information was passed on to our intelligence services and our investigators, who made targeted operations and were able to arrest individuals and later recover 3 firearms. These 3 firearms were linked to 23 different incidents. So this is one classic way that if we do have a functional system, especially within the forensic sphere, we are able to give better insights to our frontline officers.
From police investigations to the Director of Public Prosecutions to the courts of law and then to the prisons. If this wheel of justice has got to function, then forensic evidence is very, very, very paramount.
Technology is closing some of the gaps that paperwork could not. Uganda Police's cybercrime unit now operates with digital chain of custody systems that log every transfer of electronic evidence, timestamps, signatures, immutable records. This strengthens the chain of custody and supports better case outcomes. Before 2019, we had 21% of positive outcomes. As of 2026, use of forensic science brings 80% successful convictions. Available case study data suggests a steady rise in successful outcomes where forensic science is properly used. The figures show a strong return on investment for forensic infrastructure.
One of our major issues is to focus on frugal forensics. Forensics that really fit in our setting. So this network, which is suitable to our environment, is the research that we use and we focus on. And as UNAFRI, we want to focus on that and promote it. Yes, not only for Uganda, but for the region.
Uganda now hosts regional forensic training programs on the framework of International Conference of the Great Lakes region, which comprises of 12 countries in the East African community, sharing protocols, methods, and institutional knowledge with partner states.
Capacity building and skilling across board, sharing experiences to speak the same language. And it's very important that once we develop those regional best practices and standards, then we shall go a long way in improving criminal justice and access to justice and strengthen crime prevention in the region.
Uganda's forensic journey is not finished. The infrastructure continues to grow, the protocols continue to improve, and the partnerships continue to deepen. What the past decade has built is a foundation, not a ceiling.
As we continuously develop as a country, digital forensics is going to become a mainstay because very few crimes now can be committed without the aid of a digital tool.
Science in service of justice. This is Uganda's commitment.